Hello everybody and welcome to Road America for round 9 of the Idemitsu Mazda MX-5 Cup presented by BFGoodrich. I'm John Hindorf and in the IMSA Broadcast Centre with me is Shea Adam. Now it's been a while since we've been on track, so before we get to today's action, let's take a look back at what happened the last time we raced at Watkins Glen. Hello everybody and welcome to beautiful Finger Lakes. We are at Watkins Glen International. And the first race of the Idemitsu Mazda MX-5 Cup presented by BFGoodrich Tires is go. They're still side by side. This is magnificent. Oh, bit of hip and shoulder there coming through turn 1. Johnson with a little bit of breathing space. Aaron Johnson for JTR Motorsports Engineering stretches his lead in the 2023 championship. Race 2 at Watkins Glen International is green. Into the final corner for the final time. 0.062 of a second. That's how we do it in MX-5 racing. Just 6 races left on the Idemitsu Mazda MX-5 Cup schedule and the championship points race is as close as ever. Aaron Johnson heads into the weekend with a 190-point lead thanks to his round 7 win at the Glen. Right behind him on the leaderboard, the round 8 winner, Celine Roland. Both drivers looking for podium finishes as they try to create some separation in the season standings. One driver in their way, Robert Noaker, 3 previous wins at this track at Road America and is coming out of his first podium of the season. Meanwhile, Thomas Annunziata looks to increase his lead in the battle for Rookie of the Year. But before any of that happens, the drivers have to battle the longest track on the MX-5 Cup schedule. Let's get to the start of round number 9. We're in the most beautiful part of Wisconsin, just off the lake, just inland from Lake Michigan, and Elkhart Lake is our closest town, and it's a town that lives and breathes motorsport. Originally around the public roads around that area, but in the mid-1950s, a group of very sensible local businessmen and landowners decided to carve out this 4.048-mile circuit, using the rises and falls of the geography to mimic the roads that were originally raced on. 14 corners and an absolutely brilliant place to come motor racing. 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. Idemitsu Mazda MX-5 Cup. 45 minutes on the clock as the cars climb the hill to what we expect to be the green flag right in front of us. It's in the air as Preston, left-handed flagman, gives us the green flag for our first race of the IMSA Sports Car Weekend at America's National Park of Speed. That looked pretty good. Nobody breaking ranks across the line. That's not allowed. And the front row goes down to the first corner as they started. Everybody 2 by 2 through turn 1, almost 3 wide for a moment under the Arians. Under the Arians Bridge there, down to turn 3. This has been an action area in the past, but still they're holding their 2 by 2 quality stuff. You only see this in the Mazda Championship. The Idemitsu Mazda Cup drivers are 2 by 2 in places here where no other championships can actually do that. It seems at some stage they defy the laws of physics. And now there's the break. And now Jonathan Neudorf in the black and orange car gets a little bit of ground and is able to take the racing line, but that took all the way to turn 5.
John Jadwan is up with Jonathan Neudorf now, so he's trying to make up positions. 3 separate battling groups. There's a bit of damage to the bumper. Oh, and there's an off for Jonathan Neudorf, our pole sitter. He's off in Canada corner, did scrub off a good amount of speed and just barely nosed into the tires. That could have been a lot worse had that gravel trap not been there.
Yeah, that wasn't jump, that was push.
Correct. I didn't see who was the pusher, but it looked like Jonathan was already sideways well into the braking zone. It's not like the back end snapped off on him.
Also, Thomas Annunziata is off the track. He was well up there in the number 10.
Green flag is waving, and we now see Gresham Wagner lead his 4th lap of the race.
Started in 3rd position. Moves from Jared Thomas as well.
They were all together, John. They were pushing across the line.
That was a, 28-wheel Mazda train. Hernan Palermo in the number 20. Easy car to spot that one. Up from 13th position to 8th as it stands at the moment. Down the hill to turn 3. Still Wagner leading. And that work that the top 3 did to get out in front of the pack, of course, that now has to happen again. And once again, under the Sargento Cheese Bridge, we're forming up behind the leading 6 or 7. It's too wide.
We've got 5 cars in the top 5 from 5 different teams. No one has any allies to work with. And yes, you're correct. We saw Cicero tapping the brakes as well before the run up into 6. And a big off. Who is that? Can't even identify which car it is.
I think it might be Bailey Cruz.
It's backwards going into turn 5. Full course yellow is out. There's fluid on the racing line as well as debris. Was it Bailey Cruz from Hixon Motor Sports? We'll wait until we get a better view of the number before we speculate as to which car it is, but very large hit.
He's got out under his own steam. That's great to see. Huge amount of camping going on. Big parties. Going to have a wander around the campsites tonight, see some friends. Truly America's National Park of Speed and very much a family-friendly venue here at Road America. And the good news for everybody, whether they are trackside or you're watching further afield, that our lovely safety car, smashing though it is back in the pit lane. And that means the field is under control of Gresham Wagner, and he accelerates because the green flag's in the air, and we've got 10.5 minutes of action around 4 miles of the circuit. They're all back together again. Take a deep breath now. It might be the last one you get. This is the sprint for the $6,000 and for the points for the championship down into turn 1. The multicoloured number 5 with the orange on it is Gresham Wagner side by side behind as Nate Cicero, the rookie, goes slightly wide. That's going to cost him not just 1 place, that's going to cost him 3 places, maybe 4 places, as he tries to tough it out on the outside of turn number 3. That's the red and blue car from the side, the dark-coloured front end to that car. Still 8.5 minutes to go, and I just wonder what the tactics will be here, Shea, particularly from the championship leaders in that top group. Celine Roland down in 8th position in the brightly coloured 87, as behind him, was that Woody Hyman going for a little there?
No, further back. One of the dark gray cars, as there's a change of the lead at the front of the field, and all of a sudden, Jared Thomas finds himself out front.
Getting a little push from Max Sapolsky, and down the inside, Robert Noaker in the black, white, and violet over the top of the headlights there through turn 1. Got to watch track limits there at turn 1. It is being monitored this weekend, but only if you gain an advantage of time or distance. Wow, leader last time around, down to 4th by turn number 3. Gresham Wagner's got a fight on his hands. And here comes the number 39 at the back of that group, the mostly white car, Jean Jardouin for McCumbee McAleer Racing. Top 4 then, coming around with just on 5.5 minutes to go. I reckon that's the lap they're about to start, and 2 more after that.
I'm sorry, that was comedy. Gresham Wagner led the last lap. He then didn't lead again until they were coming across the stripe, so he's credited with leading both of those laps.
Dropped down to 5th.
Yes.
At one stage. So that is encapsulated there in 4.048 miles. That is Idemitsu Mazda MX-5 Racing in Gresham Wagner's last 4 miles around this circuit. So he's back to the front now with the red car of Jared Thomas of JTR behind him. So we've got pairs of cars now. It's Noah's Ark time. It's Road America. Top 2, Gresham Wagner, Jared Thomas. Then it's Robert Noaker and Nate Cicero. Then Aaron Thomas and Max Sapolsky.
Aaron Johnson.
What did I say?
Aaron Thomas.
Aaron Thomas. Oh, yeah.
He's family.
Aaron Thomas and Jared Johnson. Yeah. Interchangeable. Sorry, guys. Kink. And it's another issue at the fastest part of the circuit. It's Jonathan Neudorf again who's involved. Both cars with heavy damage. Right, driver's right for Joey Rainey. That's the younger of the 2 Raineys here, son of Joe. Also racing this weekend. Oh, it's not. It's the
Oh, it's Hannah Zellers.
It's Hannah Zellers. My apologies.
Sorry, Jonathan.
She was running in 16th position, but coming to the line, a win is a win is a win. And Gresham Wagner led the penultimate lap under green, leads the final lap under yellow, and comes through. Joe Rainey and Hannah Zellers bringing out the caution with just over 3 minutes left on the clock. Gresham Wagner picks up his second win of the season. Let's go down to Victory Circle and hear from our winner.
I've been coming here for a bunch of years. In 2 different series I've come here. I've gotten a bunch of seconds, a bunch of thirds, led a bunch of laps, but never gotten that win. So it was a bit anticlimactic, finishing under yellow, but, I was out front the whole time. The team gave me a fast car, and I think, I deserve to be there. And, it's a shame what happened, but I'll take the win, however I get it.
Well done to Gresham and the entire Spark Performance team. Here's the points after Road America. A new leader at the top of the standings. Jared Thomas jumps from 3rd to 1st with his 2nd place finish in round 9. Janson not too far behind, just 30 points back from Thomas, with Celine Roland rounding out the top 3. Wagner and Noaker stand 4th and 5th respectively. The next challenge for the drivers and teams of the Idemitsu Mazda MX-5 Cup presented by BFGoodrich is at Virginia International Raceway for rounds 11 and 12. They take place on August the 26th and the 27th. I'm John Hindorf, and along with Shea Adam, we'll see you then. Bye-bye.
This copyrighted telecast may not be reproduced, retransmitted, or used in any form without the authorized written consent of the International Motorsports Association. We would like to thank all of our loyal fans for your continued support, and we hope you enjoyed today's broadcast.